What's happening, guys? Welcome back to Vertical Football. Welcome back to AFCON Special. I'm your host, Shegun. So, guys, we are here to talk about the third place game between Egypt and Nigeria. 0-0 end of normal time, and Nigeria won on penalties. I think when I say it, Nigeria won on penalties, it looks like a new thing because we've been losing penalties recently. Penalties denied us of the World Cup of the final, but today we won the penalties. So, guys, a lot of talking points in this game. It's a game, yes, that I know that a lot of Nigerians didn't even watch. People are not motivated because of we know what we wanted in the tournament, but we found our place, in this third place. But nevertheless, we have to still end the tournament well. And I think that's what the manager, in terms of the lineup, was a lineup the manager felt could end the tournament well. So let's jump right into the point. The first point is the fact that in this game, we showcased our different playing styles. I think in other games, I think in the first two games, Tanzania, the second game, even against Algeria, I know those games, we had a particular playing style we use. It was different from the playing style we used against Uganda, for example, a different playing style. So today's game was a mixture of the two different playing styles. The first playing style is the one without wingers, right? Without out-and-out wingers. That's the one where you have Lookman as the spearhead of a diamond midfield, where you have Iwobi, where you have Onyeka, where you have Ndidi. So it was, and where you have Akwa Adams and Osimhen. And we see what we can do in terms of we want to play centrally, we want to dominate the play, we want to, to do the kind of European kind of football, no long balls, just passing the ball through between the lines. But we saw that in this game. The other one this pattern we started with in this game was the pattern of, long balls to Onuachu or wing play with the likes of Moses Simon and Chukwueze. So it's just begin to show us that we are a team that has that diversity in how we can approach the game. We can be very effective using different patterns with wingers or without wingers. So for the first 60 minutes, we saw a different dynamic in sense of, I like, for example, what Chukwueze did. I even like the actions sometimes of Moses Simon, even though I didn't like a lot of the results of the actions. But I think the wingers were functional in the first 60 minutes of the game. Especially, I like what Chukwueze did in terms of the movement and the area they is covered in the pitch. In terms of sometimes you see him drop into deep, enter into the hole in the midfield. Other times you see him stretch the defensive line towards the byline. So I think when I saw what he was doing today, I was like, this is what we missed. Those kind of movements, this kind of action, actions, let me just put it that way, actions that he did in this first half or first 60 minutes really showed me why we missed that kind of player in the game against Morocco. Because we analyzed that in the right-hand side of our attack, we really, really struggled in terms of creating danger against Morocco. But today, we had that danger with Chukwueze. We had the actions with Moses Simon. Sometimes we could go long to Onuachu. We could go long with Akwa Adams. So we had a different kind of approach. 60 minutes, from the 60 minutes upward to the end of the match, I think we had a different dynamic again. When you have the likes of, Lookman was already inside, you now brought in Iwobi. Iwobi obviously started the penetrative passes. Not all passes were penetrative, but we could see that the number of penetrative passes we played also increased in that period. Iwobi was there with the penetrative passes, giving us a kind of fluidity into our game that was not there for the first 60 minutes. But obviously, the goal didn't come. We scored a goal, and which we can have deliberations about whether it was a goal or not, but it was ruled out. We also had a goal that was rightfully, called an offside. So I think I really like that we express different kind of style of plays, which shows that we are on the right track. We're not there yet, but we are there. There's a lot of things that are showing positive signs for us and the manager. So the second thing is the fact that there were refereeing decisions in this game that also marveled me. I think the biggest of the refereeing decision was the push on Akwa Adams. That should have been a penalty. Even the where I was watching it, I saw even people that I want to say are not Nigerians because they are white, that are watching the game, they were like, come on, what's going on? So the fact is, there are a lot of questionable decisions that the referee. And funny enough, when I was watching the match, and this is not being tribalistic or not being ethnocentric now or what have you, but when I was watching the game, I was like, is this referee from Morocco? And I went to check and I saw the referee was from Morocco. Now, you can read into what you want to read into. But the fact is that the referee had commerce in many areas of this game. there was a particular tackle, I think, on Bruno that should have been given a yellow card, wasn't given a yellow card. But the one of Onuachu on the eye of the defender was given a yellow card. So there are obvious questionable refereeing decisions again in this game. Even at one point, I saw Eric Chell was disappointed with the refereeing decisions. I think we have made great gains in Africa based on the refereeing situations. And even if the refereeing situations were favoring Nigeria, I will still come out to say the decisions are wrong. Because what is wrong is wrong. And I think today we had moments where the referee decision was not good enough. Was not good enough. And I think we need to do better as a continent in terms of referee decisions. This tournament has really exposed the fact that we lack a lot of referee decisions. So I want to praise the players. I think that's majorly for me the third point. I want to praise the players. I think first and foremost, I want to praise the likes of Osayi. This guy has been in almost every game, if not every game, this tournament. Even at the point, I saw the guy was holding before he was substituted for Iwobi. The guy was holding his body, you know, holding his. I was like, guy, I think his hamstring or so. I was like, this guy has really tried for us, and these are the kind of players you want to see. I want to praise the players in terms of even defensive transition. There was a particular moment in the game where I saw that we're outnumbered 3v2. On the defensive transition, and you see the way Iwobi was running down to make it even in a 3v3. I was like, yes, this is what we want to see from our national team. Yeah, I know, yes, we are not in the final. Yes, we are not going to win the AFCON. Obviously, we are third place. But the fact is, you can see the desire, you can see the passion from the boys. And when we have that as a basis, and we are now playing good football, and we keep improving our dynamics, we will get to the finished line sooner rather than later. So we're going to get there sooner rather than later. So I was very pleased with the likes of Ajayi was there for us. The likes of, Onyedika was there. These guys are there. Akko Adams still giving it his all, still being present, still pushing. Moses Simon giving actions on the left. Chukwueze doing what he's doing on the right. So I really want to appreciate these guys. I think for me, it's a pleasure to have this group of players. And I think we can only go, the only way for us is hope. We can only improve really on it. So guys, I know it's a third place finish for Nigeria. I know it's a top place finish for Nigeria, but the fact is that it's not what we want, but we take it. It's not what we want, but we take it. But obviously, there are a lot of dynamics, which I'll be doing an episode to explain in detail the dynamics that we need to improve upon in this national team. But for me, the penalties, Salah lost a penalty and Mamouche lost a penalty. So Nwabali was there. Nwabali was present there, and great credit to Nwabali. I think as the tournament grew, Nwabali began to show himself more as a goalkeeper. Yes, I understand that he has a lot to also improve upon his game, but I can say, for example, the last two games, he has really been there, and I want to give him the praise. So guys, thank you for sticking with us through this AFCON special, the Nigerian edition. You guys have really been amazing. We've seen your comments, we've seen your likes, we've seen your subscribe. Please just stick with us. We're not done. We're still going to do a lot of analysis in terms of what we learned this AFCON. We're going to analyze a lot of things. Just stick with us. Thank you very much for watching this video. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to share this video. My name is Shegun, and until I see you next time. Bye.